pursued my graduate studies to become a superintendent, but I wasn't quite ready to be a superintendent. I was in my early 30s, and I thought this may not be a job that I want to do. I worked closely with superintendents and thought that just might not be something I really am equipped to do or ready to do. So I became the dean of the college at our community college, and within that position, it was a great learning experience. What I also learned was I missed K-12. And so even though I was in my 30s, 34, 35 years old, I did apply and became a superintendent back in one of those districts where I had served as a curriculum director. And it has been a good fit. I served in a small district, which I would encourage anyone to do because you learn everything. You learn how the transportation routes work, you learn how the food service works, you learn about teaching and learning. And from there I went to a mid-sized district, and then 10 years ago I went to the district that I'm in now, which is considered, it's in the top quartile size-wise in the state of Iowa. So it's been a good journey. So because I've been a superintendent for almost 18 years, one of the opportunities I've had is to work with many different school boards and many different school board members. And so I calculated I've worked with about 40 different school board members. And what I've found is every board and every board member can be both challenging and also a great opportunity for what they have, the talents and their interests that they have to offer the school district. So I would say that the success that I've found is really by helping define what are their interests and how can they really help the students in the district. One key to success is the ability to build relationships. Another one really has to do with communication. And those two are very, very much woven together. And then perhaps the third thing is making sure that while you always keep your eye on the ball of student achievement, you also pay attention to some of the details. And so why I prefer to sometimes be at the district, the system level, there is great importance of still knowing what's happening in the classrooms, in the hallways, in the buses. We really need to keep an eye on that. My greatest joy has to be seeing others grow and develop, and that includes the students, the adults, others in the community, but how they can develop and grow. I actually have 3 former students who are now administrators, and one I actually taught in a class, a superintendency class, because she's working on her superintendent degree. And so it's one of the things about education, sometimes it's the long game, it's not the short game. But I'm very, very proud of those 3 young women and the work that they're doing. Probably the biggest surprise was how complex the position is, and that means not just being focused on teaching and learning, but also making sure that the budget is in order, that the buses are on time, that food service is able to do thousands of meals every day. It's all of those other things, and plus the complexity that has to do with the political dynamic within the position. My advice to someone who's thinking about the superintendency is go for it. This is a job that you can do, and you will be supported and you will be rewarded.
This episode of Women in School Leadership, Navigating Pathways to the Superintendency, was made possible by the generous support of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as part of the AASA Women in School Leadership Initiative.